Hi, crafty friends. Wait until you see what we do with this mermaid wreath form. I was so happy when I saw those finally at one of the stores because I was like, I've been wanting to do this project. So, what were you? This is just an old drop cloth that I have. You could use burlap, you could use fabric, you could use whatever you wanted. Because what we're going to do is we're going to be covering this because I want to turn it into. I want to hang it on the wall and I want to turn it into like a planter. So I decided with this drop cloth that I would just take some paint and just kind of create my own pattern. I kind of started getting it laid out the way I wanted. Gosh, those were a lot of words to get out. But I finally came up with what I wanted to do. Now, the cool thing about this is you only need a sponge, paintbrush to do it. But there's lots of different ways that we can make patterns onto fabric, or in this case, a drop cloth. So I had seen this wallpaper that was really similar to this, and I fell in love with it. But it had a white background, and I was like, well, we're just going to do it on the drop cloth just to create something completely different. Now you can see that orange is kind of coming through on that side. A bunch of that's going to be cut off, and I'm not worried if that comes through because what I want to do is I want to darken this drop cloth anyways. I want it to darken it up. So we're going to use, once this paint is all dry and we get it onto the form, we're going to use something to do that. So I'm just going to be hot gluing right around the edge of the form to the fabric. So I'm just really going to go all the way around there. Now, as I started hot gluing around, I thought, oh, you're going to be able to see some of the, bumps and lines from this form. So if you didn't want that to be on there, you could use something thicker underneath if you don't want that. But once it all came together, I didn't mind it a bit. I actually loved it. So went all the way around with this, cut off all the extra because we didn't need all of that. But I really just took my time to make sure this fabric kind of stretches a little bit. And I didn't want it to be stretched really taut, so I would give it a little bit of, little grace as I was going around. That way I got it the way I wanted. And like I said, once I got it all glued into place, that's when I went back and trimmed around the back of it. But I love how it came together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I took some of the Dollar Tree, their little wire that they have, because I want to make it into a hanger. And then once I get that on there, I'm just going to slide my artificial plants down in there once I get it up on the wall. Now, we could add another piece of fabric over the back if you wanted to really have it hold in, but I figured my way worked out great. So the tip I told you about with darkening this is I used some distressing spray, and I love how it turned out. Thanks for watching. Follow for more.